4 years ago, I made my first Roblox game. Looking back at it, it wasn't much, but at the time it felt absolutely incredible. Now, current me, 4 years later, is remaking this game. Gotta see if my skills have improved. Hey guys, and welcome back. Today, I'm building the Underwater Zone in Selfie Simulator Remastered, or Selfie Sim X. I don't know what I'm gonna call it yet. And there's only 5 more zones until the game is released, so we need to start getting some work done. The first thing that we're gonna need is some assets. I was thinking a small pack, maybe 2 stone structures, some grass, some coral, a plant thing, maybe a tree coral tree thing? I don't know. All this stuff's super simple, so let's hop into Blender and run through it real quick. For the rock structure, I'm gonna use a cylinder with 7 sides and scale the base down. And for the second rock structure, I'm going to use a cylinder with 9 sides, scale the base down, but have some loop cuts, so it doesn't go straight down. It's kind of like a bow, 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 bow. Now for the grass, I'm going to use a curve, go to the geometry panel, and just throw around some settings, move it around a little bit. This will make it super smooth, instead of using a box and kind of doing the same thing we did earlier with pow, pow, pows. Now, what I'm calling the coral tree is the same thing as making a normal tree, a single vert, extrude it, use proportional editing to make it look a little deformed, add a skin modifier, add subdivision surface, and there you go. What makes this different is instead of making it completely uniform, fat on the bottom and then thin on the top, you want to make it a little bit more bubbly. So, fat, thin, just a little bit of diversity. I don't know. Now for the normal coral, just a cylinder will do, and I will use the pow method, grabbing this face and just clicking to extrude in a couple random ways, and then adding a little bit of an inset and inside extrude on the top. Now the pack's done, let's hop into Studio. I like the idea of having something in the center of this zone, so let's place some rock structures and kind of see where it goes. I'm also gonna grab some sand from the desert zone, just to have one more thing to break it up. Now for the walls or the border of this zone, I think I'm gonna be super lazy. It's 3 a.m. and your boy still needs to edit, so commence the copy and paste spam. Zone will have a shop in it. I like the idea of having some SpongeBob logic. You know, a fish tank underwater, and then the shop will be inside the fish tank. This is just something kind of fun, and it's also gonna help break up that wall so it's not just rocks the whole time. Now, I'm already disappointed with how this wall has turned out, so let's try to add some more rotations and some more rock structures in the back to hopefully break some stuff up a little bit more. I guess I'll slap some rocks around the zone as well. For the rest of this build, since we already have an asset pack and they're already pre-colored, all we have to do is grab a couple assets at a time, throw them into brush tool, and get to painting. We'll start with the grass because I feel like it's very important to add some green in here. It's literally all gray or like brownish. So let's start with grass. All that's left is the coral trees, the coral, and the plant thing. So let's just brush pull all of that in as well. want to do in this zone is add some dirt hills up against the border, so it's not a hard cut like this, and it's more like just flows together. I hope that's clear. And then I want to copy those dirt hills, but change them to green and remove the texture. So we can have some grass in this zone as well. That's not just the grass we modeled, but also sort of hills of grass. Once again, just to break up the color. All right, guys, just like that, this zone is done. I have to use the air quotations. In each zone, it's gonna have its own lighting, and once we add the underwater lighting, I think this zone will look a lot better and be a little closer to done. Still not done though. The zone isn't bad by any means, but it definitely does seem rushed because I rushed it, and you could definitely tell your boy's a bit tired. So I may run this one back off video. Anyways, I think that's gonna wrap it up for today. If you did enjoy and you want to see more content like this, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day. Later. I'm going to bed.